What's going on, guys? Avxry here, bringing another Black Ops 3 Gorod Krovi video, and this is the ultimate guide for the time attacks. If you don't know what time attacks are, well, in Gorod Krovi, they basically implemented a little speed run in zombies. So, hence the timer in the top left of your leaderboard, that is what you want to look at, and that's the indicator if you get it complete. Now, in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys basically strategies and little tips and tricks to complete these, and also we're going to be showing you guys all the gameplays of the weapons and basically how to unlock them and what you unlock for beating the last one. Anyway, let's get into the first weapons. So starting off with the wrench, we're going to want to complete round 5 in under 5 minutes, and that obviously will get you the wrench. Now all these weapons will appear in the operation armory, and it's going to be on a cork board right when you enter it to the left. The wrench is only going to cost 100 points. Moving on to the Malice, you need to complete round 10 in under 13 minutes. Once you do so, again it will be in the same spot, but obviously with the Malice and worth 200 points. And when you go up to round 15, you need to complete that in under 24 minutes, and you'll get the slash and burn axe thing. And then once you get up to round 20, you need to have that completed in under 32 minutes. Now this does go for solo and co-op, so it does not matter how many players you have. And once you get round 20 complete in under 32 minutes, you'll be able to get the Fury Song. So the way these weapons basically work, so say you had the wrench, and then you started meleeing all the way up to round 10. It will start being a one hit all the way up to round 10, and then you have to get the Malice, and that will be a one hit all the way up to round 15, so on and so forth. So that is one of the cool features about these melee weapons. Now believe it or not, it does not have a camo, and there's no way to put camos on them. But if you do have a primary weapon, say with the ice camo like I do, and melee with that weapon out, your wrench or whatever weapon you have will pop up with that camo. Now that only works if you have that weapon out. If you switch back to it, it will not work, sadly. And obviously, again, it replaces your knife when you're using a regular weapon, so it is pretty cool. Also, if you're having a panic and you need to one-hit someone and you have the proper weapon for that round, this will definitely come in handy. Also, you can put dark matter on it. The only thing that does not work with the camos and these weapons are basically the new ones like haptic. Haptic never worked on any DLC weapons that were out, so sadly that will not be, I guess, a feature. One huge thing in the time attacks is basically people wondering why they're not getting the weapons. So if you go down, it basically cancels out your time attack. I'm assuming you need to have a flawless run in order for these to work. Every time I've went down, or if I was with other players and we went down and we still beat the time, none of the weapons came up as completed. So we just continued playing normally and we didn't get any more weapons when we played. So just try not to go down when you're doing these. Now moving on to the tips and tricks for this. Basically, gobblegums are key. Now, if you're playing with multiple players, you don't really need them. I find it way more easier with just basically having 2, 3, 4 players, because it just, I don't know, more players, it's easier to kill zombies, especially if you guys all have power weapons and one-shot, one-kill weapons. So like the Haymaker, the Drac, and the Locust really help out, but gobblegum-wise, you're going to want to have a setup like a thermal enhancement, because having these, I guess, upgraded weapons on a very low round for a short amount of time too, is not really that bad. Basically, I've been using it most of the time, and I've been annihilating people with the RK5. Also, Fatal Contraption, which is the death machine, is a huge plus when you're doing this, because you can mow down zombies left and right with the Fatal Contraption, and it's very good because I believe you have 2 of them as well, and just hoard up some zombies, or even in the spawn room when you're on round 5, is the easiest thing possible. Then you also want Dead of Nuclear Winter, which drops nukes, and it's just very good. Let the zombies spawn in, run into it, they're gone. Then you can do it one more time, and it's very effective. If you're using Killjoy, which is obviously the insta-kill one, again, this is most likely going to be very well for you. You don't even need to have any good gun, and I basically love using it because I pop zombies, I keep turning and popping them, and they go down like it's nothing. So another one that you could possibly use, I don't really advise you guys to use this one, but it's wall power. So wall power, again, you want strong weapons to take these zombies out immediately, and this will be one of them because your weapon's so strong. Obviously low rounds, they drop down. But a one that I had an experiment with is Disorderly Combat, which is a Gobblegum released in DLC 3. Now on low rounds, it's very good because you're just running around for like 60 seconds using this, I guess, little sharpshooter type of Gobblegum, if you guys remember that game mode. Basically, it just gives you a bunch of weapons while you're playing, and it's just fun to do, and kind of, I don't know, it's just something a little fun I like doing. But anyway, moving on to the next thing. Now, basically, round-wise, what is my strategy? What do I do? So basically, I'm in round 5, and I stay in the spawn room. You don't have to, but it's the best thing to do. So that's, once I get the wrench, I open up the door. So I'm just running around the spawn, doing one constant circle. You never want to retract your steps, because then the zombies start walking back and forth behind walls, and you won't be able to see them, so that's not that good. But if you're running a constant circle, or if you're lucky and a bunch of them spawn in one barrier, you should have a great time with this. Also, if you can get a Gobblegum before every round, this will make it a lot easier, as you can see in the gameplay in the background. So again, this is why it works, and when you're just running around the map, guys, just simply start killing zombies. It's not that hard. You never want to have a slow moment. I do find at points where the game glitches out and the zombies like not to be found, so I just go to the dragon command and I use a Groff module and I spawn in one of those things that drop down and automatically spawn in zombies, and that speeds up the process. When you get up to the little drones that fly around the Valkyries, basically just try to kill them as quick as possible. If you could craft a shield while playing, do that and use its special ability, because then it would take out those guys like it's nothing and you won't have that big of a problem. Also, if you could get a nuclear, basically use that as well, because that is a huge plus when fighting these Valkyries, because they could take some time if you're not that good, and they're really not that hard to get through. Anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. I spent a lot of time on it. We broke 300 likes when I posted the first gameplay of the Malice in Gorod Krovi. Hopefully, we could get at least 100 on this video. I'd really appreciate that. But anyway, guys, as always, I'm Avxry, and I'm out.